Hey, I'm a tech reporter that recently lost his job, and now I might know why. Hey, my name is Ahmad. I was the Google and AI reporter over at CNET, but I lost my job in January, and there's new research coming out from the firm Grotica, which might have an explanation. So the headline is that the internet's most read tech publications have lost 50% of their Google traffic since 2024. Let's take a look at some of these numbers. So down here at Digital Trends, in 2024, it had peak traffic of 8.5 million. That's down to 264,000. Granted, Digital Trends has had a lot of issues. There's been a lot of people leaving and bad mismanagement. Okay, so let's go down. Let's go to The Verge, which is one of my favorite tech websites, a lot of great original reporting. It saw a peak traffic of 5.3 million in 2024. That's down to 790,000 today. Granted, the editor-in-chief, Neelam Patel, has been talking about a Google Zero future for a long time, and it's the idea that don't expect any more traffic from Google anymore. So he's been pivoting. There's a paywall now. Maybe that's why people are less inclined to go there from Google search, or maybe they're just not really optimizing for Google SEO in the same way. That's fine. Okay, let's move down to Tech Radar. That's more a traditional tech website that's just out and open to the internet. That had 15.5 million in 2024. That's down to 4 million in 2026. That's a 74% drop. That's pretty major. Let's go down to the publication I work for, CNET. It had 20.2 million in 2024. That's down to 10.6 million in 2026. So that's a 47% drop. These are wild numbers, right? So let's discuss possible reasons as to why this is. The first explanation could be AI. I mean, that's unsurprising, right? At the top of Google search now, we have Google AI Overviews, which summarizes your questions automatically. It takes content from publications to create those summaries. And if you can get your question answered by a Google AI Overview right at the top, why would you need to click on an article? Now, whenever I reached out to Google about these kinds of reports in the past, Google would always deny it, saying that actually traffic is still good, et cetera, et cetera. So let's move on to another reason, right? Reddit. Reddit is now ranking higher and higher in Google. And this could be because Google inked a deal with Reddit to use Reddit data to train AI models. And as a result, Reddit got a bump in Google search. Third could be ChatGPT, Claude, Perplexity, these AI chat platforms, right? People are turning more and more to these AI platforms to answer their questions, not maybe realizing that, the way these AIs are training and learning from is from journalistic content. And while these platforms do link out to publications, maybe we can't expect that people always click the original link. There's some other things that I think we should consider the report doesn't mention, right? One thing that I do think are these social media platforms themselves. TikTok, Instagram Reels, these platforms do not want people leaving. They want pure engagement at all times, right? I mean, if I try to link out to this study here on this video, it's going to be really hard. I will essentially have to tell you to go Google it, right? And it doesn't take an expert to know why this is bad. Like if journalism in a democracy starts to completely falter and we turn to influencers or people peddling products to give us our information, that just leads to a growth in misinformation, poor media literacy. I mean, we just look at everything that's happening in the world right now. And people do ask me what possible solutions there could be to this, right? And the one thing I turn to, I tell them to look at Australia. Australia essentially sued and passed legislation to have the big tech platforms pay for them to link out to journalistic content. And as a result, some studies have suggested that hey, local hiring at publications are up. There's more and more reporting happening at the local level and just hiring in general. To get legislation like that passed here in the US will be difficult. These tech platforms here are very powerful and will fight tooth and nail before they let a cent go through. And of course, you need a Congress that's willing to support such legislation and a president that's willing to sign it. But I mean, I think, if these tech platforms are literally worth trillions of dollars, that money is coming from somewhere, right? It's pretty much been a large portion has been extracted from the publishing industry, but they're going to continue growing and growing, trying to go after the next pot, right? It really is never ending. So these are just some of my thoughts regarding this. It's a bit of a scary time, but I don't know. Something has to be done.